What was the clapping need of? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, I was thinking.
Now we've got an hour and 19. We won't be doing that long. Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and it's great to be here. This is officially going on YouTube. This episode is going on YouTube. You could be watching this right now, and if you are, how are you doing?
I didn't realise. I wasn't sure. Are we looking at the camera or what's going on?
Well, we can look at each other as well, but I suppose I don't know really. Like I would be imagining you'd look at the camera when you're talking if you're not talking directly to you. Yeah, I want to shout out to my sponsor actually. Just give a shout out to my sponsor.
Oh yeah, have you got a sponsor?
Yeah, sponsor, new sponsor there, ladies and gentlemen. www.patreon.com/conversations with Cornelius. Exclusive content.
Oh, so I'm your sponsor.
Well, you're one of my patrons. You're one of my patrons. For as little as a £5, guys, for less than the price of a pint, you can hear my dulcet tones with a few of my regular contributors, including you and my own mad brain. Check it out. Get on, buy it, because I have a new plan. I want to be mortgage free in 5 years. That's the new plan. I was saying to Noelle. Noelle has kind of not really taken it serious yet.
As Hunter Khan would say, no.
No.
But we'll go for it, sure.
It's gone. The mortgage is gone. I'm writing it into existence. It's gone. So, yeah. So now I need patrons to come on board in a big way. All right. We're talking like, you know, let's get a couple of thousand of you signing up to the highest. Like it's for the smallest one is £5, but you can get like right up to $18. And what you get for the $18, not a whole pile more. But like you might have more money than cents. So
go for it. If you want to, wherever you want to put your nonsensical money, may as well be into your Patreon.
Well, it's ours, babe. Do you know what I mean? What's mine is yours. Do you know what I mean?
Considering money's in my account now.
And your
just resting.
Oh yeah, exactly. We took out, and we thank you for all the patrons so far. Really appreciate it. We actually made a withdrawal, and we're going to be buying. What are we going to buy out of it again?
I think you're buying equipment, stands
we're buying
or something.
Stands, and we've it all spent anyway. We've all spent.
Big shock there.
Yeah,
with
cocaine. We're getting a fucking 2 bags of cocaine. This week's guest, ladies and gentlemen, in case you haven't noticed, is the Queen. Welcome her to the stage. You're welcome to
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
I'm finding this extremely awkward.
What are you finding awkward about it?
The camera.
The camera looking at you, is it?
But there's it's a toss-up between the camera and Dan behind the camera. Hi, Dan.
Shout out to our producer, Dan Lucas, a.k.a. the only funny German.
He put on the spotlights there, because there's spotlights. This is the world I live in now. And I was like, I was in bed 3 minutes ago.
I had to go up and wake you up to say, you ready to come down and do the podcast?
Putting kids to bed and the boys asleep. I'm like, we're doing really well for 8:15. Yeah, the boys are actually asleep.
And in fairness, to be fair, we were all doing our own thing. Like I had to smoke a joint outside, you know, in preparation to make sure that
smoke.
Eat a joint, eat a space cake. I might have had a small bit of a smoke out of one. It was more. Do you know what it was? Now it was passive smoking. Dan was smoking it. And I was standing beside him, and I was shifting the smoke out of his mouth.
You were doing what's the?
He was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like. But yeah, I'll tell people where we are. We're in the John Hume War Room. This is the John Hume War Room, guys.
Or a corner of it.
Well, a corner of it. The spider plant is always here. The lamp is always here. These chairs are at the table, which is there. But besides that, they're getting a fucking proper look at the corner of this room.
Full on, the good corner.
This is a good corner. We've already checked it for cobwebs. Are there any?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we haven't checked it.
We're also checking it for peeling wallpaper.
Yeah, we got our house is old and like it's a money pit, so we need to get the mortgage paid off. So fucking sign up to the Patreon, will you? Jesus Christ, we finally got a plumber.
Woohoo!
Oh my God.
What about will we tell them about what the plumber actually said? So we got a plumber, right? We've been ages and ages and ages trying to get a plumber. The main problem is that we have a leaking tap.
They're on the edge of their seat here. Now we're
Big
talking
time.
about
This
plumbing
is
issues
fucking like
here. Turn
life
this
and
up.
death.
Pause your life. We're talking about how
Do you know what?
fixed
We
up.
put the rest of it on Patreon because they'll fucking sign up.
Exactly. You're not hearing anymore. This is it.
Okay, we'll give you a little sneak peek. So,
We had a big leak.
No, we had a dripping
Or-
tap,
yeah.
right? That started as a
Constantly.
dripping tap, and I tried to fix it, but I followed the, DIY thing, and I couldn't loosen it. And then gradually over time, it became the
flow.
tap is now on. The tap is on, just flowing.
And it was just making a constant noise. It was shh.
Just a constant tap flowing.
And honest to God, it was like I think it was kind of like I likened it to Guantanamo Bay. Like,
Well, there was
it was
constant
mental torture.
Yeah. So brilliant. We got a plumber. He came. Had to get in.
Sorry. We didn't get a plumber. He came. We tried desperately to get a plumber for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it looked like we weren't going to get one. But I never gave up. I kept texting, and then he texted back.
Whoa, big day.
Thank you. No, because that was my part. We all had a part to play.
Yeah.
That was my part.
And
I
then
got the plumber.
you got the plumber. Okay, so the plumber came and he
I was
had a
relentless.
few jobs to do, all which were actually really small but are huge deals in our house. But the thing was, he said at the end, he goes, so I've good news and I've bad news. So the good news is that the tap is fixed.
Yeah.
The bad news is that there was 2 valves just below
The sink.
the sink that you could have used to turn off your tap
And the tap.
for the last 4 months.
No, it wasn't 4 months.
I think it was 4 months.
4 months?
Now, it was probably torture and extremely embarrassing the last 2 months to have anyone in the house.
You
No,
wouldn't even
actually
bring
4 to 6 months.
Are you serious?
I think it started as a drip about
That's
6
how
months.
long I stayed trying to get a plumber. That's a testament to me, really, isn't it?
Are you enjoying having your... I'm glad we're recording it now because we can see where your mic goes. Because it went from here to here.
Okay, all right. Sorry, Jesus. I can see now the kind of stuff that I have to put up with here.
Oh,
But the plumber came and fixed and all we had to do, pretty much what you're saying, was a valve.
well, that would have
Just turned
allowed us to not be excruciatingly annoyed by the tap. It would still be running, like it would still be leaking from the top,
Yeah.
but you could have just used that valve to open and close it.
Yeah.
So that was a big moment for us.
It was a W for the O'Sullivan household anyway. We have the... but, okay, so here we go. A little bit of a twist in this tale. You're probably at the fucking edge of your seat now. You're like telling everyone to get the fuck out of the kitchen. Get the fuck out. Shut up.
Come on.
We asked him, could he bleed our radiators or clean our radiators?
Yeah. They weren't. They're not heating properly. This is riveting.
And
Go
he
on.
told us that we'd be wasting our time and we should get a new heating system.
No, he didn't. He said, I can do that. I can clean them and we should clean them.
He didn't tell us that.
But
I was trying to get the kids to keep... that's what I picked up from it.
Yeah, but we got into the conversation about the heating, and I was like, that's the riveting conversation we went into. And then he goes, you probably are better off. Oh, because I said we're going to get the grant and hopefully get a new boiler through that.
Yeah.
And it was very funny because you said, we both completely disagreed with each other. You were like, we kind of like the aesthetics of the range in the
I
city
fucking
room.
do like the aesthetics
And I
of
was
the
like,
range.
no, we don't. I hate it. What are you talking about?
Well, you didn't want to buy the old... You didn't want to buy... You see, you're new and I'm old.
You're older than me, that's for sure.
Well, I'm definitely more mature. I'd definitely be like kind of like wiser. You know, a wiser, more mature person
Really?
than you. That's what I would say, yeah. And you'd be like kind of my young, kind of little bit on the side. That's like also my wife and my kids.
And also all your bits.
And makes more money.
It is all the bits, not just your bit on the side.
Yeah, you're my bit on the side and all the rest of the bits. I don't know where we're going in this conversation.
I know you're meant to pull it back now.
So he told us we needed a new heating, or he told us he could get us a new heating
We
system.
should get, and
We
he's
should.
right because we're forking out a load on heating and it's not heating. the house.
$5,000.
Well, so that's.
$5,000.
So then we were like, how
No
much?
matter.
We'd no idea how much it
Yeah,
cost. like,
€5,000. Sure, we'll just will you take a check? Will you take a check?
So that's now in the pipeline. That's just dropped in there.
Yeah.
We had a good solid. I'm gonna say, we had a good solid 10 minutes.
I'm
of
kind of
like being
regretting
happy
being so
with the plumbing.
tenacious now, texting him all the time.
Like I'm like being happy with. we got that sorted.
Yeah.
Good solid 10 minutes. Because he didn't technically find anything else. He had to go up and fix a ball cock. He had to do, little job. So he didn't technically find anything else wrong. But then he just kind of dropped that bomb in. But anyway, that's life, isn't it?
A €200 job turned into a $5,000 job. But that is life. That's life. Out goes one problem, in comes another problem. We're going to move on now to trending topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan for the first time ever live on YouTube.
Are you putting the whole thing up? I actually originally thought
this whole episode is going to go up on YouTube, right? Okay. And the whole lot of it. And
is that a nice face for YouTube?
Cheers. What are you drinking, by the way?
Gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic. To you, my wonderful darling. May your life always be special and glorious.
Oh, Jesus.
Hashtag Mary Lou. Well, hello, Mary Lou.
Hashtag Mary Lou.
Look at her, sweet Mary Lou. I'm so in love with you.
I don't actually know what she's trending for.
I'm shocked. You don't.
Big shock
wow,
there.
Wow, God. I'm
Mary
baffled.
Was it a adversion to the removal of the rent thing? What's that? My head shaking isn't going.
The
eviction notices. Was it that?
I don't know. I don't know why she's trending. What do you think of Mary Lou?
Ooh. You know me now in politics.
What do you think?
I like her, actually. I do like... I don't follow a party. I like people.
Noelle, I'm going to stop you, right? I know you don't know a thing, but you don't know what she's in for or what she's doing and stuff like that. But like, your opinion to me is interesting because you don't follow politics. Do you know what I mean? Your opinion is not tainted. It's actually an opinion formed from your own information gathering. So what do you
from the limited information gathering?
Limited or nonetheless, you're still a citizen in the country.
I suppose there was a huge. I suppose I'd go. All I do know is the last election when there was a huge.
Like she's in the RA, you know that, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, she's head of the RA.
It's not the RA anymore. So stop.
Sorry, the IRA. Sorry, Jesus Christ.
Stop it. I'd be like, you get me into like. I'd be like, don't go into where you're like not telling the truth, you're joking, and then I'd be like, really? And then be like, no, don't
she's
be so
head
stupid.
of the provisional IRA. Sorry.
Stop it. Don't be such dickhead. Take the piss out of me now. Go
on. She's head of Sinn Féin. All right.
I'm gonna do a mic drop now at any second. If you think you're so cool now because you're on the YouTube.
Shout out to all my subscribers.
Like, subscribe and. What have you, 5?
Yeah, how about that? Shout out to all the 5 guys that surprised me or subscribe to me
and surprise you
and surprise me. But anyway, go on, Mary Lou, head of the IRA. What are your thoughts?
I think she speaks quite well sometimes. They have some interesting opinions and political views that if they were not formally so associated with the IRA, I think a lot more people would be inclined to follow them. I think that they are a party that some people are probably afraid to follow, that people that may be more mainstream might actually be afraid to follow them to an extent of because of
their past,
and it's really outside the main, it's outside the norm.
Yeah.
And you're making a view, like you're making a stance a small bit by actively supporting Sinn Féin. I think, down in the south, like I think you're kind of
saying I'm pro-RA. I voted Sinn Féin the last I think the last 10 years I voted Sinn Féin, and I'd vote for Mary Lou. I love Mary Lou. I think she's absolutely amazing. And you know what? I think the country, and podcasts are for opinions, and my opinion is the country needs change, and they're actually purporting to radically change. For example, you and I, as long as we're alive, we're hearing about beds, shortages of beds. Right? I mean, I'm only touching on one particular thing. Like, the governments have either been Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael or coalitions.
And this coalition now of the two of them, like, that's just
it's just
a mockery of the whole political.
It is. It shows
voting,
you how
how actually close they are.
But it also shows you how democracy can be, manipulated. Like, I mean, the people voted for Sinn Féin. What are you looking at?
Did you keep on the filthy, dirty jumper that you've been wearing all day?
For my YouTube debut?
Yeah.
I did. So do you want to focus in on that? It's a little bit dirty. Guys, if you could just support my Patreon, maybe I'd be able to afford washing up liquid and I could wash these clothes.
Or washing powder. Shit.
But
can I interrupt you slightly? There's only one point.
I'd love it. I'd actually be honoured. I'm honoured.
It rarely happens.
It's never happened before.
Good.
This is a first.
But the only thing I would say about Sinn Féin is what would you say to the fact that people would say, opposition would say that they do have all these, they talk about all these great reforms, but that they don't have the backing behind them. It's a lot of empty promises that they're talking about.
They've never been given a chance. That's what I would say. I would say give them a chance, give them a proper chance, and let them see if they can. Because what they're offering is better healthcare, looking after the poor, looking after the sick, looking at like a more socialist society. And I suppose I'd lean a little bit to the left, so I'd be like, let's look after the weak and the vulnerable in society. Let's look after the old. We're going to be fucking old. Like, I mean, obviously I'm very young at the moment now myself, like, but in another 40 or 50 years, I'd probably be considered oldish, and I'd want I'd want people to look after. But it is good to look after. I saw this TikTok about people in Japan living the longest of all the nations across the world, and one of the things that they do is they really respect their older people, like, and they honor them and they're almost worshipped, and I think it's a good thing to have, whereas nowadays it's like there's a lot of just kind of, let's throw them into an old home, like, let's get rid of them and get them into an old home, let's forget about them, like, and like, I don't know how I got onto this now, but like, I just think Mary Lou's just she's more interested in, and Sinn Féin, their policies are more interested in helping people as opposed to looking to protect the bankers, like this eviction thing. I mean, in fairness, I mean, I don't know how anyone can stand over that. Like I mean, fair enough. Like, if there's a problem, if there's a tenant in your house who's not paying rent, let the government step in and figure something out. Don't evict them, but like, you know what I mean? People are going to be kicked out.
It's the rising of rent prices because of demand, like, that's shoving families out. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, do you know? Yeah. But anyway, we're not going to get into that now, are we?
Hashtag Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Is he allowed back on Twitter or something? Does he own Twitter now? I know, I've really overstepped the mark. Now the dad is pissing in himself over there as well.
Do you know what? He's actually the head of the IRA.
Fuck off. Oh no.
We're just going to move on from Elon Musk. Hashtag.
No, what's the story? He bought it, didn't he?
He bought Twitter. He owns it. He owns Twitter, and I think he's probably trending because he was trying to launch a rocket. Was he the rocket launching
was launching yesterday that couldn't fly because that couldn't launch because of weather?
Yeah, same fella, the boy, the Musks. He's Elon. Do you know who he is now? His father was fucking from South Africa, and he's the youngest of about 5.
Oh, right.
But he's a divisive enough character. I like him. I think he's an interesting character. I think he does a lot of good. I think his heart is in the right place a lot of the time. But he's a genius. Like, he's an absolute.
Isn't there desperate stories about him?
Oh, what?
Isn't there?
For what kind of stories?
Is there like Me Too stuff about him?
I don't think so. Not with Elon Musk. Is there any Me Too stuff with Elon Musk, Dan? Dan hates him now as well. I think naturally I don't think I like him. Why don't you like him, Dan?
He bought like this retirement community in Texas where loads of retired veterans lived. He like bought the land and even kicked them all out to build like a SpaceX thing. Never used the land, didn't allow him to move back in.
Oh. That's really very sad, but that's not why I don't like him.
There's a lot of stories like that.
Yeah, I think there's
Dan,
Yeah, there's
you
a
just-
lot that made him a dickhead. I don't know. So he's a dickhead to me, but
I don't know enough about him. I actually have a
of
softer
course you
feeling
do,
towards him.
because
Then
you automatically have a thing. You like to poke the bear. Like you like
What do you mean I like
to.
to fucking poke the bear. I like Elon Musk isn't a bear.
I know you like
He's
to
well
go
liked.
slightly. He's not.
I think he is. Hands up here if you like Elon Musk.
Oh no, I was confused.
Hashtag-
This is my first drink.
Did you have a beer earlier on? Did I see you with a beer in your hand earlier on?
That was yesterday.
Okay, that was earlier on though as well, I suppose. You know, yesterday was earlier on, technically. Hashtag just stop oil. Now I don't know, I didn't go into it, I don't know what it is. We're just talking about stopping oil. Just stop oil.
Let's go back to the riveting conversation we were having about the
Plumbing.
and the oil. They're not refurbishing under the grant. Oh.
Uh-oh. Our son is waking up. We're in the middle of our podcast. Is he going to go back to sleep?
Get the monitor there now. Here, I'll hold this. Get the monitor. Anyone who actually listens to the podcast from the start is used to this.
There you go. Okay, guys. The whole thing is resting here on...
Okay, we're going to have to just pause. It's not
Well,
that
I suppose we can
dramatic,
pause
is
it, I suppose. Can we pause it? We'll pause it. Right. Okay, you're back. You made it upstairs. You cured his ailment. What was wrong with him?
Very smooth. He just said, I thought we were in for it. I thought he
Jesus.
sat up. He didn't want me to go near him.
Yeah.
But a little shush and he went back down.
Good boy, Hunter. Come here. While you were up there, did you have any thoughts on just stop oil?
I was mad thinking about just stop oil.
Hashtag just stop oil.
I suppose it's to stop the oil, is it? For pollution and everything.
For
All I know is we can't get a grant probably for the oil, for the new boiler.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I think we just can't catch a break. Okay.
I do think that grant only recently changed.
And what's that grant for? Was that because of an old house grant or something, is it?
It's a rating of your house grant.
Oh, yeah,
but we'd potentially get a full grant because of Harvey being on the domiciliary.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting the domiciliary allowance.
Yeah.
Which is actually something, if anybody just happens to be on the domiciliary allowance grant or allowance, the monthly allowance, that for this SEAI grant, you're entitled to a full grant. It's one of the, which would be important. Like other people, I only get 30%.
Yeah.
I told one of the lads in work, and he was like, "Fuck, there has to be some positives."
There has to
No,
be
like no, that was on
But
the
I
chest
know,
thing.
I know,
anyway.
yeah. But like, I mean, they're things that are good, they're helpful. They're helpful for parents with kids that have autism. You know, I mean, because it's hard. It's harder. It's difficult. It's more difficult. And yeah, that's good. No, I have 4 questions for you. Right. Oh, yeah, sorry. That concludes Trending Topics with Cornelius Petrico Salome.
Still not sure about talking to the camera.
I kind of feel like I kind of like it. It kind of gives me a focal point, but then I kind of
think-
in out.
I think you're more talking to the camera than you're talking to me.
Do you think so?
I think I talk to the camera like when the way sometimes I talk to the audience on the podcast rather than to you.
So you think I do that with the camera? Well, I am a fucking comedian, so I do like.
You're used to
camera,
looking
like,
to the camera. I'm like, this is the first time I've ever been recorded doing anything.
What about that time when we got the camcorder when we were in Amsterdam?
Don't be such a liar. Just so
And
family
we're-
members listen to this, like, so I just like to put not mind work colleagues.
I'm only messing. It was
I
in
just
Kuala
like to-
Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah. Kuala Lumpur. That brings me on to. I've got 4 questions for you,
Okay,
right?
my love.
Love.
Oh,
What is it? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
what is love? Love is putting up with somebody. That's the vibe at the moment. No, it's not.
Many a true word spoken jest.
What is love? Love is all of it, isn't it? I suppose.
I think love is kind
All
of
of
putting
it.
up. Kind of putting
It's
up.
all of it.
What you mean?
As in, it's the good, it's the bad, it's everything in between. It's
Yeah, and it's perseverance, and it's like, yeah, you're paying the whole today, but I fucking, Jesus Christ, I'd be lost without you, and come on, we'll get together and we'll do this, and Jesus. And then there's moments of just like, I think with us anyway, it's like we don't really fight that much, you know, but when we do, they're not even big fights, but they hurt us so deeply.
I know, we're such slaps.
That we'd be like, for the next couple of weeks, we'd be like, can I get you something? Will I make you a cup of coffee now? And I'd be putting the electric blanket on and the lights on and putting, like, just to make up for the fucking silly argument that we might have had.
I know, and we wouldn't even, I don't know how, everyone's different, obviously. I mean,
some people thrive on fights.
Yeah, like we couldn't, but like some people have fights that are...
They fight every week.
Vicious though, like they can be quite, I think we would be, because I think I think when we fight, we say how it's not, they're not anger.
Like,
it's usually
you made me feel like this because you did this.
Yeah, like, but it's not, we'd never go, you're such a dickhead, like, or we might think that.
Sometimes would say that to
would
me.
I?
You've called me a dickhead a few times.
Sometimes you are a dickhead though.
Sometimes I am.
So.
Yeah.
Cheers.
But that's what love is. It's everything. It's putting up with the good times, the bad times, the in-between times. It's like when we go away with the boys, you say, don't call it a fucking holiday. It's
don't
not
lie
a holiday.
to yourself, yeah.
It's it's a trip or something.
It's a trip.
It's a trip. And it's not a good trip either. Like, it's
no,
not
it's not. But
trip.
maybe that's the wrong. It's actually the wrong term, because
it's a bad trip.
A trip to you has different what's the word?
Connotations. A trip to me is like 2 grams of dehydrated psilocybin Liberty Cap mushrooms barefoot out in my garden. That's
looking into a bag, wondering, was there a dead body in it?
That was in Ballyclaw.
Yeah, well, I put in can we run a disclaimer across the bottom here where Noel does not partake in any of these illicit drugs or the illegal.
Categorically say that the only drug that my wife takes is alcohol and me. You're addicted. She's addicted to me. But no, she's categorically doesn't smoke, doesn't fucking do anything. All me. I do
opposites attract.
You know, take it for the team. I do it for you, babe.
Thanks.
Do it for you.
Take my quota.
Yeah, and I don't even do that many drugs anymore either. I smoke.
You don't.
I don't. In fairness, now, like, I mean, like with mushrooms, psilocybin, that's seasonal, and the season. It is seasonal.
So it's naturally you can't do it all year round.
No, you can, because you can pick enough, and I've done this in the past where you can pick fucking hundreds and hundreds of mushrooms and dry them, and then fucking you can have them throughout the year. Whereas last season, I didn't bother my hole. So I'm just kind of getting old. I just don't know.
I know. Maybe the thrill is kind of.
I was talking to a fella there. I won't say he was a comedian, and he was. I was saying to him, he went to a party recently, and I was like, I would love to have gone to that party with you. I very nearly did, but there was loads of class A's at it, like, you know. And I was like, I bet you if I'd gone, like, I would have been doing fucking MDMA and fucking coke, and I know I would have, babe. There's no point to look at me now as if you're going to kill me. I know had I got, no, I didn't go, because in my brain I'm 28. I'm not.
I've seen you. Maybe. That would be interesting, as Hunter Khan would say. No, because I've seen you have been to parties like that previously, and you have been allergic to it. In recent enough past, you were like, oh my God, get me out of here.
No, so the circumstances were, you were down in Kerry with the boys, okay? And it was a Saturday night, so you weren't around Sunday with the boys, and you weren't around Monday with the boys, so I had 2 full days. Like,
that you could have recovered. But I think the party I'm thinking of, you were away.
Where was this? Where's the party? Remind me.
Weren't you? You were at a friend of a friend's party, or 40th party or something. You were in a house. There was a house. You were staying in a house. Easy with the names now, but there was something. I thought you were away.
Was it in Ballinaskelligs?
Yeah.
Yeah. But sure, didn't I do something? Did I?
No.
Didn't I? I think I did. Thought I did.
Oh, hold on now. Maybe there's 2 versions of the story.
I think I might have.
Fucking hell! I don't think you did. Or maybe I'm confusing the story.
I think I took a yoke. Yeah, did I?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I wouldn't do that. That's what love is anyway, is putting up with that kind of stuff. If I did, you have to forgive me, you know, because that's what love is. Next question. Family. What does it mean, right? What does family mean? And I'm talking about old family and new family. Because I'll answer the question as well. Old family is the family you're born into. Your brothers, your sisters, your mum, your dad. New family is me, the kids, you, the kids.
Okay, I'll start by saying I don't like the two terms.
Okay. But
so they're both family. It's family, like.
I totally agree that it is all family, but for the purposes of the podcast.
I understand what you're saying, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I don't feel that way, like.
I
know what I mean?
And
like, I don't think.
I do.
Some people do.
I kind of do.
And I understand. I understand where, like, I understand why some people definitely have to make the clear definition.
Yeah.
But, like, obviously, family comes first, so you have to have a ranking within family coming. What part, and then that's when you go, yeah, my immediate, and then your immediate family has changed, like, do you know, your immediate family is now your husband and your children, and your, like, the generations, like, they dissipate. I suppose it's small, but that's too strong. But you do have, like, obviously my siblings, I'm extremely close with them, but now if something came up that it was a sibling versus one of my kids, then obviously sibling versus my husband.
That's the thing, like, I mean, I'm still last, like. This is bullshit, like. I mean, I was trying to.
You're not last.
Okay, great. I'll take that. What a bitch.
No, you're not.
I know. I'm only messing.
You're down the line, but not last.
Well, you're actually at the very top of my
I know.
tree, okay? So
and I love that about you.
you come before my kids even, like, do you know what I mean? You're right at the top.
I know.
And that's where you're staying. You're not allowed to go anywhere.
I know. I like that, though.
Yeah. And I'm happy to be in your top 40.
But I think part of the reason I'm one of your top, I am your top person, is because...
Top 50.
It's because of the love I have for the boys and stuff. That is a character of mine that you were originally attracted to. So
say that again to me now.
I didn't have kids at the time, but like
it was mainly your boobs.
It wasn't. Stop. As somebody said, the podcast, you can tell how the gin is going.
Yeah, that's the heavy one now. I put a fucking...
Good. I thought it was lighter than my first one.
I
give myself a decent one for coming on the camera. There's actually a clink of the ice through the whole thing.
That's all right. The listeners will forgive you. I'm going to move on to the next one. Just as I said, happy to be in your top 50. Moving on to the next one. Ambition. What is your ambition? What is ambition? Second. Penultimate thought experiment.
Interesting again. I seem to have used that adjective a lot today. What was the word again? Ambition. 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 I think, are we talking about professional or life or
ambition is it? You can. It's whatever your ambition is, whether it's professional or whether it's life. It's whatever.
I suppose
whatever
my
it
overall ambition / goal. I thought ambition was work related, but if it's not,
whatever you want
I
it to
think
be.
My ultimate goal / ambition is happiness, and I think what we need to achieve that varies in different stages of our life.
Yeah.
So you have to be driven in not all aspects of your life. You have to be driven for whatever your goal is. So it varies. Like, you can't drive
What
on.
makes you happy, so?
Oh, that's a total different question, though.
But like, if
isn't it?
happiness is your ambition, like, I'll put you this way. So, I'll give you a scenario, right? Let's say 20 years time, you've retired from work. Hypothetical situation.
That works with me. I'm 60 then.
Okay, you're 60.
Yeah.
You're a young woman at 60. And let's say you've a nest egg, everything is fine. The mortgage is paid off in the house here. I'm still alive, much to your chagrin.
So we managed to pay the
Devastated.
mortgage.
I'm still here. You're not happy with that, but I'm still here.
Loving me.
The kids are loving you so much more than I've ever loved you. You know, every day my love deepens, and you're just kind of going, "What the fuck is wrong with him?"
I know I'd be happy out once the mortgage is paid. If
Mortgage
the
paid.
mortgage
And
paid
we've-
off, then
and
I'm not.
We've
I'm
a
not.
decent amount. We've enough money to
As
do
I
whatever
said, what
we
do we
want
have to do
within
to
region.
what you'd be on about a financial advisor. I'd be like, if I went to financial advisor, I saw a thing on it. There was a webinar or whatever, and they were like, put up your 3 financial goals. I was like, what if you've got like 6, which is pay off the mortgage, have a new car, do up the house, retire early, have a nest egg for the children, and live comfortably into your retirement.
That's the 6 things. But they are the 6 things, though.
But like, it's like, you know, he was on about talking about 3. I was like,
Double
you
it.
need 6.
Yeah.
Like, because they kind of say
The new car, though. Do we need the new car? I suppose you like a new car, and I would like to get you a new car. Would you like a Micra, a new Micra?
I definitely would like a Merc at one stage of my life.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
A Merc?
Yep. Or a Volvo, new electric Volvo. No, I would like. No, I will make.
So my Patreon, guys, right, is as you can see, I'm under fierce pressure here. Like champagne taste lemonade pockets. Like
that's my life, though.
I know. I'll get you the Merc.
I
Fucking
just
hell.
took the mic off my.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. The Merc
Let's
is.
see, your mic is up by your.
Well, you know, my ambition to swing
Oh,
it around.
sorry.
swing it-
Sorry, Cornelius. Let me ask you,
Yeah.
my love. What's your ambition?
To love you deeper, day by day, day by day by day by day.
I know what
By
deeper
hour.
you'd want by.
Oh. Oh ho.
Streamer.
And that as well. A bit of riding as well.
Oh, stop. You had to bring. Could you not?
You
just-
fucking
I
brought
think
it up
could
first.
Could you not have left?
brought it up
Stop
first.
shouting. Could you not? It says rich from me.
Yeah.
Could you not have left it at
Look
the?
at this, like, you're seeing it on camera now. This is the controlling she does. She's holding me back. I'm just trying to be myself.
If you were Justin Bieber now, they'd be saying, "What's your one that somehow might?"
Salt.
Oh,
It's
assault. All right.
You're technically worth more than me.
Where were we?
I don't
Back
know.
to you. Let's just get back to you.
Oh yeah,
Your ambition.
I actually would love. I swear to God, no, so I'd love the mortgage paid off here. I'd love to have enough money to be able to just. Danny, my friend, has a great saying about. He goes, have enough money to live, What is it? Be rich but live as a poor man, kind of like. Do you know what I mean? Like have the mortgage paid off, drive away in the old car, going around.
Why would you want? Like that's.
It sounds shit, actually. Yeah.
Why would you want to?
Be like, okay.
Daddy, what are you talking about? Like
5-star hotels, hookers.
why would you want to be
get
rich?
the MDMA.
Why would you want it like in the bank? I want it in the. See, I wanted. This is what you get from being 3 to 6. Because a person who wants it, 3 goals is to be financially stable, right, and have money.
I don't
in
even
the
like
bank,
horses, but go
right?
on.
Be financially stable and have it in the bank. I want to be financially stable, have it in the bank, but have a new car, have the car, have the house paid off, have it all.
You want it all. You want it all. Okay, I'll give it to you. I
want it
fucking
all,
give it to you.
Cornelius.
You're
That's
getting
what
it.
You sold me in
You're getting
our
it.
first 2 weeks when you were.
Well, you
bringing
sold me
around.
that you were a triathlete.
I was at that time.
I don't think you were. I'd like to have seen the small print. We both told lies. Can we both agree on that?
No.
Yes.
I had
actually, now
done
that I think about
numerous
it, I didn't tell any
triathletes.
lies. What?
You told me I was going to have a house in Mantinati.
Yeah. Is this not better than Montanati, this house?
No.
We're overlooking a fucking mountain and a forest. We've got a garden. We've got like spuds growing out there. I'm actually growing you food. Like I'm saving you money by nourishing you with the potatoes and the onions and the garlic out the back. And shit is my tanks. Shit is my tanks. Last question, because we got to wrap things up. Desert island. You're on a desert island. You can bring 3 things with you. Okay. The desert island has functioning water. It has electricity. There's a house there even. You've landed on the dream desert island. There's enough fruit to pick off the tree.
Right.
But you can bring 3 things with you. No, it's just grapes, to be honest. That's the only fruit. Like, but sure, like, I mean, you can make wine out of that and everything. Go on.
Good start there.
Yeah.
So, this is an interesting question. I've never thought about this question.
No.
Probably.
No, so.
But so the 3 things. Who's coming?
You're there by yourself. You
I-
can bring 3.
Just a side note, we'll get back to that. You know the way we take the piss out of Hunter and his alarm.
Alarm.
I came in, he goes alarm and timer.
Timer.
I came into the
alarm.
I came into the sitting room today
Alarm.
and I went, Hunter, your alarm is gonna go off there now in a minute. And I was like, that's where he fucking gets alarm. Your alarm. We've been taking the piss out of the child, going alarm.
He got it off you all along.
All along he got off me. But yeah, sorry. Back
3
to
things.
the
I have to
Desert
press you. 3.
All right, your man from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Chris Tarrant.
Yeah.
You have 3 lifelines. You now have 3 more lifelines.
3 things. Sure, I suppose I'd have to bring you, Harvey and Hunter, would I?
Fucking, I'll tell you what. I'll leave you off with family with that.
All right.
Okay.
Family are coming.
Okay. They can see your facial expressions. They can see you're making these fucking faces. Like she's like you're hearing that she's okay with it, but then she's going like that. Actually, if you're listening to this, please check out my YouTube channel. What's the name of my YouTube channel?
I don't know.
It's I can't remember the name of it, but there'll
You'll
be a
link
link.
it in
There'll be a link in this thing to it anyway.
Uh,
Because her face is really belying
Dad, and it
her
is
words.
just the top half of me, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thankfully.
You're coming up now in the space cake, like.
Okay. So 3 things I'd bring with me outside of family.
Mm-hmm. No, the family is one. No, you're bringing myself and the 2 boys. That's the first one.
Okay.
You've 2 left. You don't have to bring us if you don't want to.
No, I only have to use 1. I thought I'd use the 3 on you.
We'd be. I just tell you this now. We're going to be stone useless to you on this fucking
I know.
island.
But sure, there's a house there, so I'm not building anything.
Yeah. There's a house there. There's water. I can get the grapes for you. I'll fucking fetch water.
Is there a fishing net already on the island?
There.
Is there a fishing rod?
It's up to yourself now. If you want to bring one, there might be one there already. But if you want to take, do you
I
want to?
suppose you'd have to bring that.
What are you getting?
Fishing rod.
A rod or a net? Why don't you say, look, a variety of fishing
equipment.
Fishing equipment, a variety of okay, bang. Now, just to let you know, inside the house there's a fuckload of fishing equipment where you're after wasting one of your lifelines.
Sure, I didn't know that. Don't be so stupid, Connie.
Okay, last one. You've got 1 thing left.
Probably my glasses in a case.
Okay, well, you have your glasses with you, and you have the family are after bringing you loads of spare pairs of glasses. You have glasses. And actually, as you went into the house, you opened up the press and 400 pairs of glasses that are exactly for you.
No, you're just making this because you're not happy with my answer.
Glasses?
Yeah.
What about, what matches to light a fire or something? Or
You can do that with sticks. No, what's going to make me be able to see, like?
I suppose you
That's
could.
that's the thing I always think about those. See, you as a non-glasses wearing person, you see that in, what did I not watch past the first season? That was huge. What's the one with the plane going down?
Lost.
And there was a fella who lost his glasses and he was trying to find glasses in all the suitcases.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's a big deal.
It is. Well, I suppose you can't fucking see. Do you know
Like-
what? Fair play to you. Bring the glasses, even though there's a load of them in the.
No, you've just demoralised or tinged what my answer was, because you're
what
like,
did I do?
actually, you know,
I de-watted it now. What's the word? Let's try and figure out
you
what
me
that word
too'd
is.
it.
I me too. I me too'd your what? Your glasses.
My opinion on you. I can't think. No, that's desperate. I'm sorry.
That's not desperate. There's a load of gin in that. And what I'd bring anyway is I'd.
Oh yeah, what would you bring?
I'd know what I bring you at all now. You're paying the whole.
Excuse me, it doesn't work the 2 ways.
I'll-
You're gonna get in trouble for saying statements like that online.
I'd stand by it, okay, in the court of law. She is a pain in the hole, Your Honour, but I still love her. I'd bring my family, right, that's you and the 2 boys, but I'm going to have to bring Dylan Thomas
Of course
as well.
you are.
But, like, I'm going to have to bring Shauna then as well.
Yeah, but
right.
that's still under the immediate family.
Yeah, okay, because that's his girlfriend, okay, so we're all coming. So, like, he's as useless as me.
Yeah, I know.
Shauna would probably do a few bits and pieces around the
Sean
place.
would probably be able to do a bit.
Yeah, you could do a few bits and pieces and we could look after the place. What else did I bring? There is electricity on there, so I'd bring like my PlayStation and a television that's set up for it.
That's 2 things, so. Boom.
Well, no, it's like a PlayStation and all the appendages to get it.
All
It's
right,
like,
but then you go in
it's like
and
the fishing equipment that
but
you
you know
got.
what? And then you go in and actually there's 5 PlayStations and there's 6 televisions. So what else would you
I'm
bring?
fucking delighted with that because if one of them breaks, I'll be able to use the other one. And that's great. That's fantastic now that you told me that. And then the last thing I'd bring, fucking hell, like what would you, like I'd miss pizza so much. Like how are we going to get pizza onto the island? Like I would miss pizza. I eat pizza fucking nearly every second day.
Then you'd bring wheat, is it?
What
Make
was that?
flour.
That makes the, does that make the flour? And we'd have to get tomato, fucking and you could, there's no, the house, you can only get a few certain amount of frozen no, fucking no, I want, but you know, the internet. I bring the internet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a brilliant one.
Yeah.
Then you have everything.
Yeah, the internet, yeah. So we could be watching the old fucking television.
No, but you have everything then.
Yeah.
So if you've got the internet, you've got Amazon, you can bring everything in.
Oh, yeah.
You could sell what's in your...
We could get a little bit of a business going on our own island. Yeah, fucking hell.
Boom.
We solved it. We solved it. Guys, thanks for listening to this week's episode of Conversations
Riveting.
with Cornelius.
Well, we
talked
end it by me usually, as I normally say, which is, I don't know, is that any good at all?
The most listened to episodes are the episodes with you and me on it. And every fucking time it's like, and it's the same with trending topics. Sure, I don't know why it's trending. Why is it trending? I don't know. Jesus Christ. Mary Lou, she's in the IRA, is she?
Stop, I didn't say that.
Elon Musk, does he on Twitter? Anyway, listen, amazing. Thank you for coming on. I love you more than sausages.
You're very welcome.
And,
Okay, now that was...
tune in next week when we have more guests and we're talking about more stuff. I love you all. Good night and God bless. Bye 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 bye.